If you're looking for a pro wrestling podcast with me, Buster Unmasked is the only podcast for you, where real pro wrestlers talk real pro wrestling and no bullshit allowed. All right, y'all. We're here. We're live. It's Buster Unmasked. And look, I'm here with T-Pain, the man from Premier Pro Wrestling today. Pain, what's up, my brother?
What's up, Buster? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Look, let's talk about last week. We might as well just kick it off, man. I know you guys, I'm sure Abel's towing was 100% busy last week, right?
I went live on a couple of them. You know, that was Friday night. We ended up getting 3 out of the ditch that night.
Right.
Of the show. And, you know, it was just one of the things where not only on the top, well, a matter of fact, hell, we had a wrecker that got crashed out during all this, you know, so we was down a truck and then just hiccups on top of hiccups. And then, you know, the roads was still not really that good. So we just, we wasn't going to chance it for the fans or for us or the workers, you know, it was right. Best to move to the next one.
No, I agree with you, man. It was bad. And like you said, up here, it's mostly back roads. And like the schools stay closed because the ice stays on the back roads. The buses can't travel the back roads, so the schools are closed. And once the schools close up here, pretty much it's done, man. You know, the ice was really gone by Monday or so. All the main roads was clear, but all the side, even our road out in front of our house, it did not clear up until the rain started 2 days ago or whenever.
That's how it is on the road that I live on. It just now cleaned up.
Yeah, man. I think you made the right decision. I know you hated to. I know me and you had a little conversation and you was kind of told me about, man, you was debating on whether y'all actually were going to cancel, but I think it was the right decision, man.
Yeah, we did not want to by no means. We just thought it was probably in the best that we did, you know.
Right. It's better to be safe than sorry. It was dangerous, man. And so let me ask you this. So y'all had a wrecker get in an accident. So did y'all call a wrecker service or did you go out and get your own gear, man?
Yeah, we got a buddy out of Trenton here, Kyle Raspberry. He owns Raspberry Wrecker and tire or garage or whatever it is. But he's got a big wrecker that you know, hauls the bigger stuff, and he come out and he did the cleanup in the tow for us to get it back to our shop.
Well, that's good, man. It's you know, I can imagine that phone call. Hey, man, I need a wrecker, man. Ain't that what you do? You know, but I need the big wrecker on this one, man.
Yeah,
it was dangerous. I seen plenty cars off the road in ditches. I mean, it was dangerous up here because, like I said, it's all back roads.
Yeah,
everything's back roads, man, and they stayed eat up. But look, dude, move on from last week, man. This Saturday night, Bradford, Tennessee, at the Bradford High School, man. This is one of the apps. Look, we say this all the time. Every month, we say the same thing that this is one of the biggest cards. I mean, how do you top last show? But yet, man, y'all seem to do it, man. This is one of the absolute best cards I've seen, and that ain't no bullshit, Payne. This is one of the absolute best cards from top to bottom. Every match is a legit main event match anywhere.
Yeah, it's we got a couple people that we rely on, you know, to reach out to these folks and get them here. And I mean, the guys that we rely on to do that, I mean, obviously they do their job good, and we just keep reaching out and building the next one and the next one and the next one. You know what I mean? Trying to give this area the absolute best wrestling action they can see. You know what I mean?
Dude, y'all consistently do that. I mean, that's just the truth of it. Y'all consistently put on. I mean, I'll be honest, in my opinion, man, y'all put on some of the biggest cards around our area, bar none, of anybody, of any company. The talent y'all use, man, y'all always bringing different guys in. You got your mainstay guys, of course, every company does, but man, y'all do a good job with alternating these talents and bringing these different talents in for the fans to see. Michael Elgin, dude, absolutely 100% one of the very best wrestlers in the world. One of the very best, man. He's going to be in this show. AJ Kazanen's going to be here.
Yep.
Trace Hunt. Maddie the Baddie's got a big match with $1 Million Baby for the Premier Pro Ladies title, right?
Yeah.
Look, Eric J is on here with us. He said, both my guys, Eric, man, I appreciate you watching. You know that, man. Much love, dude. So talk to me about Bradford, Tennessee. Now, it's to help raise money for what, Brian?
All right, so the baseball fields up here, they got one field that's for the little league. It's just the ball league, but it's for the little kids, the little league, however you wanted to present it to them. You know what I mean? But so they got some fence issues with their gates, and they're looking to raise about $7,500 over the next few months. They're going to do different events to try to raise up enough money to get that done. You know,
right? So Zach, we got Zach with us now. Buster. You're a little late, man. What's up with you, man?
Been on official business.
I hear you. Premier Pro official business, huh?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you've been noticing our cards, you know, Justin Klein ain't got a partner, so I've been on the phone all week trying to find him a partner for Brandon to wrestle this weekend.
Dude, you speak of Justin Klein. All right, you know, last time we actually had to put him on, right?
Oh yeah, I'm surprised he wasn't on here talking.
Dude, all day I woke up again to messages. We want equal time. I had to just straight up tell him, no, dude, not today, man, not this time. We got other stuff. I did. Hey, look, if this thing goes black on us, y'all know what happened. He done told me. He said he gonna get it. He gonna get us shut down, man. He said whether he's got to call YouTube or Facebook or whoever, he's threatened to shut us down, sue me, shut us down, sue y'all, because I said no. You know, that's Justin Klein for you, dude.
You got to watch him. He's a snake in the grass for sure.
Man, he is a sneaky dude.
Well, guys, what have I missed so far? We just now getting into it?
We did a lot of weather talk and record talk. Brian filled us in on y'all having to call another record to get y'all's record, man. So,
yeah, that's a bad day there.
There you go, man.
Just now getting started on the card.
On the show, man. All right, Zach, man, you know, tell us about Bradford. Brian just told us what we're helping raise money for, but tell us how y'all put this card together, man, because like I told Brian, and I've got graphics. We're going to start pulling them up here a little bit and running through these matches. Dude,
yeah,
absolutely. When everybody starts seeing these matches, they're going to realize this is absolutely 100% one of the most stacked cards. And we say that every time, Zach. But look, when everybody sees the matchups, dude, there's no denying. I think maybe this might be the best card y'all have ever booked.
And
that's saying a lot.
It's got some talent booked on there. And some of the talent just happened to be fall into place. You know, any wrestling show, the card is subject to change. And this week we'd gotten word that the Hosey brothers ain't going to be there. So we've done some digging around, and as you see, now Michael Elgin is going to be here.
One of the best talents anywhere in the world, dude. Absolutely. In the ring, one of the very best talents in the ring anywhere.
Yeah, you look at his resume and just his life in professional wrestling, and that guy's been some places.
Right now, he's been everywhere. He's world traveled. He's wrestled pretty much damn near everybody there is to be in the ring with at the highest levels. I mean, absolutely. Fans need to realize that this literally is one of the very best pro wrestlers in the entire world. They're not, they're seeing it's something special. I'll be honest with you, it's something special.
It really is. And that kills me that people don't even, there is people that won't even get the message. They won't even know that this guy's here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Man, I hope as many do as possible, because this could be a one-time chance. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, look, man, let's since we're talking about it, let's start pulling a few of these graphics up, because I know we're gonna be going into detail about some of these matches, y'all. And like I said, I've got them in no order. I'm just gonna start, and we'll just talk about them as we go. Absolutely 100% one of the best book cards. That's what I'm saying. I mean, this is a well-booked card. Did we lose Zach?
I don't know. You didn't lose me. I don't know where I'm at, though.
I don't either, dude. Hold on just a second. Let me get my stuff together. I've been moving some stuff around, so I'm a little off on where shit is.
Justin Klein, is he on here? Can you see if he's watching us?
Hey, that could have been, man, because I sure didn't do it, dude. That damn show could have been Justin Klein. Look, since we're talking about him, let's just bring his ass up first. Let's just go and talk about Too Fine, Justin Klein, the Heat Magnet, and Brandon Savage. They don't have a match right now, guys. That's what I see.
I don't know if over the past, week, 2 weeks, I guess he's been snowed in and finding Tubi movies. I don't know what it is, but it seems like every day he's got a different poster for a different movie. And some folks ain't taking too kind to his fun poking that he's doing. And Saturday night, they expect him to have his ass shown like he's been showing all over the internet.
Yeah, but you got to admit, some of them's funny as hell, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, he kind of threw me in the mix, so it chapped me.
Hey, I seen that, dude. I seen that. I got to looking at these faces. I thought, yep, he got Zach, man. There you go. Hey, look,
at least he picked me to be the most successful one out the bunch. I mean,
look. All right, T-Pain, I got you here. I'm gonna play Booker right now for a minute for Premier Pro Wrestling. Justin Klein, Zach Kaiser. These two dudes kind of been going at each other for a while now, man. Every time they get on together or something, they gets a little more heated, man. Are we ever gonna see this matchup? Are we ever gonna see you get in that ring and take on Justin Klein, Zach?
I mean, I'm not but 155, and he's like 255. So if I can talk him into tying one hand behind the back,
so
5.
What'd you say, Brian? 355?
At least 305.
305. Look, if he promises not to set on you, will that work, Zach?
I say that, but I mean, I might surprise you. I mean, I did pick up a guy in Bradford, Tennessee one day. Braden Toom thought he was going to sit on my shoulders and crush me, but I picked him up and I walked him all across that ring. So just because I am a little guy, I mean, I have something up my sleeve for him. I mean, because he's dirty as they come, so you just got to play his own game.
You heard that, Justin Klein. I'm sure you're listening or watching or something. Zach's coming for you, man. Well, look, like I said, I didn't see a matchup for these guys. So what are these guys? What do y'all got planned for these fellas, man? Can you let us in on anything? Because I know Klein, he's going to come and he's going to get into something with somebody one way or another.
Well, I'm sure that there will be somebody there looking to get their hands on Brandon Savage or Justin Klein, or hell, maybe both of them for that instance. Who knows?
I've found out Justin Klein, he hates not knowing. So what better than for him not even to know until until the bell rings, he will know.
Right.
It burns him up. I mean, you can't prepare for somebody if you don't know who you're finna get in the ring with.
There you go. Look, Brian, you wasn't here last time, but ask Zach, man. This mug come on TV. It might as well have been an OnlyFans, dude. He was half-ass naked when he come on.
Yeah, well, now I did go back and get to watch that.
Dude.
Too funny.
How's this dude gonna come on the podcast with his goods hanging out, man? Explain that to me. What kind of show are we running here, y'all?
I don't know what he thinks this is. I mean, the last time he was in Bradford, he had his pants down for some damn reason.
Man,
in a school. On top of that, I mean, you can't take him nowhere.
Right? You had those. Go ahead, Zach.
I said you can't take him nowhere.
Last time he was in Bradford, he had them red underoos on.
Yeah.
It's a wonder.
Victoria's
It's a wonder he didn't have a cape with him, dude. I can see him running around with them underoos and a cape, man.
We call him Captain Underpants.
But look, Brandon Savage, man, he's been complaining. He's been chasing Marco Harris. He's wanting that title. What do you figure is going to go down with these two guys?
Well, I mean, he claims that he's been chasing him, but the problem is the reality of it is, if you go back and watch the shows and watch the matches that he has been in, he has not won to progress further in that subject. I mean, the statistics don't lie. If you go back and look at all the situations he's been in, he's had his opportunities.
So he's a loser, is what you're trying to say in a roundabout way? He's a loser.
When it comes to winning the belt, he's definitely been a loser.
You go back and you watch it for yourself. I mean, the video footage don't lie.
There you go, man. Look, man, they're always at their most dangerous, man, when they want something they can't have. And dude, ain't no telling what Justin Klein has up his sleeve, man.
Well, I'm sure they'll have a mouthful. They always do. And considering we're a month and a half since the last time we seen them, I'm sure they've been bullying on a lot of things. So we shall see come Saturday night.
Well, look, we got another big matchup, man. This is a talent that the Premier Pro fans don't get to see often. They've seen Trace Hunt a couple of times, but this will be the first time AJ Kazanen's been here, and this is a hell of a matchup, guys. Talk to me about how getting these guys together, how this matchup come about for y'all.
Well, I mean, Trace, he is apparently on a do better, be better program, right? Have you seen that?
I've seen some of it, dude. I've seen some of it, man.
Well, we thought no better way to bring him back was to give him AJ Kazana and see how the do better, be better program works in that situation.
Hey, Kazanen's a big, fit, corn-fed country boy. I'm anxious to see how Trace Hunt deals with this guy, man. Trace Hunt's he's a good-sized guy, too. He's always in excellent condition, but, man, AJ's thick, dude. I'm anxious to see how this match plays out, man. This is a main event match anywhere, too.
I mean, honestly, really, without a doubt, this is really one of my favorite matches. I mean, out of all the matches, this would be a higher favorite of a match on the whole list than any of them. Really, I'm really excited to see that myself, actually.
Zach, what's your opinion of this matchup, man?
Well, this is a matchup brought to you by myself and Trace. I've known Trace for a few years now, and he's a heck of a worker. I mean, he's built really good. And AJ Kazana, I've seen him on the NWA and all up around the Nashville area and whatnot, working. And like you said, he's a hoss. And I thought it was time for us to see a little hoss action around here.
There you go, man. All right, guys, this kind of done become our thing. It's prediction time, fellas. You got Trace Hunt versus AJ Kazana. Have these guys ever even faced off before? I think this is a first-time matchup, right?
Probably possible. I don't know for 100%. But I almost bet so. I bet they've been on the different lines of Mississippi and Tennessee and hadn't got to meet up.
Right. I think it is. I'd venture to say it's a first-time matchup. First time these guys ever going to step in the ring with each other. And if we're wrong, somebody tell us. Somebody comment in and tell us, no, I seen these guys face each other somewhere else. But look, prediction time.
I mean, that's what we look to do. I mean, there ain't many guys around here that you can put in in the ring with our guys to progress them. So we dip outside of the circle, and we pull in guys like this right here that his family, he's born and bred in the wrestling business. So wrestling is something this guy knows, and our talent, they ought to take note to this. And I mean, when a guy like this comes in, you gotta talk to him, and closed mouths don't get fed. So I might not can put him in front of a million people, but that don't mean the guy I bring in don't have a connection to put him in front of that person.
Right. You know, that's the one thing I think y'all really do great is y'all bring in this talent that to go against your mainstay guys that makes your guys better. It challenges them. It puts them in a position to where, hey, like you said, this guy's on the NWA. Really, he's all over the place right now. I've seen him on card after card, all over the place. Big hoss guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he is. He's a house cat. I mean, and for the town of Bradford, Tennessee, we're a little small country town, and I mean, and look at the guy. I mean, he screams a small country town, so they ought to get behind him real good. And Trace, he does his job, and he's going to be a heel, and he's going to have him fired up.
Right. All right, Zach, it's prediction time. All bullshit aside, who takes this match, man?
Well, I think you can't count Trace out, but Trace has not had many matches since he's had problems with his knee, had some surgery on the knee. And AJ Kazana's a big boy, and if he gets in that ring and he works that knee, I think he's going to take it home.
There you go. Zach says AJ. What about you, Payne?
Man, I mean, honestly, I have to agree. You know, I mean, he hasn't had many matches since he's come off of his injury. But I tell you what, the places he has been to coming off the injury, I mean, let's just back up real quick. I mean, Trace just got just did the WrestleCade not long ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Him and Maddie both was up there.
Maddie both. But no, you know, I don't know. I definitely going to say Kazana on this one unless he pulls out a trick.
All right, guys, that's two for Kazana, and I guess it's up to me. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to go with Trace on this one. Here's the thing. Trace is always in great shape. Take the knee out of the equation. He's dirty. He's gritty. He's a former military guy, so he's tough.
Military back.
Definitely tough as they come.
He's a tough guy. I'm going to have to be the devil's. I'm going to have to go on, and I'm going to call Trace on this one. I think Trace will get the Duke in this one, guys.
Well, hey, I don't say it's a bad call because, I mean, hey, I've had to face Trace, and he is not easy to get over on, I promise you.
Well, you know, he's recently, you know, he had been a white meat babyface for a while, and then recently he kind of had a switch in his attitude, man, and I think it's done wonders for him. I think it kind of rejuvenated him, re-energized him, to be honest with y'all.
Absolutely. Hey, and that's what guys need to do sometimes, and they don't even realize it. You know what I mean? You just need to regroup and start over, try something different. Right.
And here's the thing: both of these are top-notch talents. And like we were talking about for a second, that's the one thing I think y'all do good, man. Y'all are the one promotion where if our guys around here get an opportunity with Premier Pro, it's a good company to come work for because y'all are always bringing in talent that's going to make this talent better. When they step in the ring with the talent y'all bring in, because all the talent y'all bring in are athletes. That's one thing I can always say. Y'all always bring in great athletes, great pro wrestlers. Y'all don't bring in the biggest name, but y'all bring in the best talent, the very best wrestlers from all over the place, man. And I think a lot of our guys need to take notice of that and realize that, man, it's a privilege and an opportunity to step in the ring with some of these people that y'all provide these guys the opportunity to step in the ring with.
Well, I mean, it's just, you know, we wanted it to be like that, and And now, even past the fact that we wanted to do that, it's like, I mean, I don't want to say it like we're giving you the opportunity to do that, but I mean, that's what we want to do. You know what I mean? We want to be able to give everybody that opportunity, because how many people's getting the opportunity to see Trace versus AJ? I mean, really, when we're speaking on that term, like, and will that ever happen again? Who knows? And then, well, we got this one up right here. I mean, Michael Elgin. I mean, and he's going to go 1-on-1 with Chris Rocker.
And that one right there, I mean, like Elgin, I mean, you said Elgin, he's an athlete. I mean, he's a professional wrestler. He's a superstar. And when it come up last minute, and anybody, whether they realize it or not, if they got to get in the ring with this guy, even in the locker room, to get some knowledge from him is a true blessing. And we sat down and we thought, who is somebody that is a good worker that could get a good opportunity? And nobody better than Chris Rocker. I mean, Rocker, he's older, but I mean, he's got a good look to him. He knows how to work. And I feel like this will be one of the biggest matches of Chris Rocker's life, and should bring out a match out of Chris Rocker that people around here hasn't seen in years.
Right. I'll be honest with you. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree that the Rocker that you are to be able to see this Saturday night will probably be the best version of Rocker that you'll probably ever see. I mean, from, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. It just, we got to talking about who was going to face Elgin. And when we got to talking about it, I'll be honest with you, Braden Toon was one of the first person that we reached out to. And, because we had tried to book that match a while back and couldn't get it done. So we tried again. And, well, obviously we didn't get it done again. But when I realized we couldn't, I told Zach, I said, let's find somebody locally that'll be a local guy. Well, you know, obviously with other shows running on Saturday, the guys is thin. And when we talked about it, out of all the guys that I would have had available that would have been local, Rocker was the number one guy for the situation.
Dude. Look, Chris Joyce says, great podcast. Thank you, Chris. I think it's your first time viewer, or it's the first time you've interacted with us. Appreciate you watching. Look, guys, I think this is the best book match on the card. Here's the thing. Chris Rocker is the perfect guy for Michael Elgin. These two guys are going to have a match that's going to tear the house down. I promise you. Here's the thing about Chris Rocker. A lot of times, Chris Rocker is way better than he gets to show sometimes, because he's a veteran. He understands you got to go out there, get the best matches out of your opponent. So a lot of times, guys like Rocker, sometimes they have to work down a little bit to their opponent to make sure the match is good, that they have a great match that the fans love. This ain't that match. This is a match right here where I think Chris Rocker and Michael Elgin are going to go out there and go after each other. And I think people are going to get reintroduced to Chris Rocker. This dude is a top-notch talent anywhere in the world. He don't have the name Michael Elgin has, but he does have the talent. He's always had it. This is the match. Look, we're coming Saturday, and this is one of the main matches that I told my wife, man, we got to go see this match here for sure. I think this is the best book match on the show, and I think a lot of people who don't really know how talented Chris Rocker is are going to see that. And look, we've already said it. There's no doubt about it. The proof's out there. The footage is out there. Michael Elgin, one of the very best professional wrestlers in the entire world. Bar none, one of the very best in the entire world. And this is a great matchup, guys. This is the matchup here that I think is going to open a lot of people's eyes around here, man. Awesome matchup. Look, Stephanie Jeffrey said, spicing it up on Saturday night. Can't wait to see what's to go down. Hey, she's got a big match coming up, man. We're fixing to get to. But look, guys, Michael Elgin, Chris Rocker. Prediction time. Payne, let's go with you first on this one, dude. What's your call, man?
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a tough one because there is no doubt that everybody knows Rocker is one of the dirtiest players that is from this area. Like no doubt. But then you look at Elgin, and he really is like one of the best wrestlers in the whole world. Like when you think about all the wrestlers like in the world, he is one of the best ones. And that is nuts. Oh man. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go Rocker.
Dude, I didn't actually expect that, Payne. I expected you to go the other way, Zach. It's on you, man. What's your call on this one?
Well, I feel like in this case, Rocker's the underdog, and I'd like to see the hometown guy get it. But I feel like Michael Elgin is finna take Rocker to Suplex City and wear his ass out all over the ring. I mean, I think Rocker's finna get blowed up in about 10 minutes. He ain't been in the ring in a while. That's the only thing. I mean, he hasn't been on a bunch of cards here lately, but that don't mean he ain't been in the gym. I know Chris Rocker, and he's been in the gym. He's been on the grind, and he's still a dirty player. So you can't never count Rocker out. But I think Michael Elgin is fisting to put him to work.
There it is.
He definitely better hydrate and be working on his stamina.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know Chris Rocker well. I've worked with him, and we've been opponents, man. Actually, Chris Rocker was one of my very first real matches. Him and Big Red. And look, obviously I'm a Rocker guy. Y'all know that. I'm a Rocker guy. So I think here's the difference. I don't think y'all are taking into consideration the opportunity that Chris Rocker knows this is. That's the key to me is Chris Rocker's been around, man. He's worked with all the stars. I mean, he's been look. Chris Rocker was born into this business, and he's never stopped since he started. Everybody else is took some of us has took years away. Not Chris Rocker. He's never stopped. I don't think his win's going to be an issue, to be honest with you. And I do think Rocker knows exactly how big of an opportunity this is. This is a chance for Rocker. If Rocker can snatch a victory off of Michael Elgin, man, think about that. We're sitting here putting Michael Elgin over, talking about how great he is. He's one of the best in the world. And when I say best, when you talk about Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever, all these guys that are supposed to be the best, he's one of those guys in that conversation. There is no doubt. It's been proven, man. But I'm going with Rocker because I think Rocker is on his, it's no doubt about it, he's on his last big run. You know, he's getting older. He knows his career is going to start winding down. But I also know that he understands that maybe this is the biggest opportunity he's had in years and years. And I think, Chris, I think he's going to capitalize on it, dude. I don't know if it's by hook or crook, but I'm going to go with Rocker, too. I feel like Rocker's going to pull this one out.
It'll definitely, if it happens, it'll definitely be by crook, I believe. But with that being said, I mean, that's how I feel about it, too. I mean, this right here is absolutely one of the biggest matches and likely to be one of the biggest match from now till the time he stops wrestling. And I mean, he knows it, and this is opportunity for him to shine. And you know what? Where does that put him at Premier Pro if he does pick up the win? You know what I mean?
Right. 100%. Look, Chris Joyce is back. Says, good point, Buster. The best talent. I think he's talking about when we were talking about Premier Pro and y'all bringing in the level of talent y'all bring in for our guys to work with. There's no doubt about that. He comes back and he says, my guy, Zombie Zach. So what's that mean, Zach? What's Zombie Zach mean, dude?
The other night we done been hanging out and it's 0 degrees outside. I'd been outside and they come inside and I'm just froze. I said, heck,
he was walking like a robot.
So there it is, man.
I done went out there and then started the car up to come back inside. I done about busted my ass on ice.
Dude,
I
there
was
was
frozen. They want to make. They was about like Justin Klein. They make fun of a person when he's down and out.
dude. You mentioned him, and here he is, dude. He's in here. Look, he says Chris Rocker isn't the only one that needs to hydrate. Marco Harris needs to hydrate with all that running he's doing. Justin Klein, I told you, I told him he couldn't come on, but he gonna make sure he gets his 2 cents in one way or another, y'all.
He's definitely gonna put his cents in there.
So Marco, I'm assuming he's suggesting Marco Harris is running from Brandon Savage is what he's getting at.
I mean, I assume that's what he's getting at, but we just talked about this. Justin, you need to go back and watch the footage. You was there. Go on.
Justin, you missed that. We didn't say who Brandon was facing Saturday and who you're wrestling. I mean, you just have to catch it Saturday night, I guess, or watch the rerun when Buster gets done with the podcast.
Hey, you better hit record on your VCR, man. I know you, Justin. You probably got all the old best gadgets, all the Magnavox VCRs and DVDs and stuff, man. Look, Stephanie came back and she says, "Chill out, Justin. It's not the Klein show. You haven't made talk yet, dude. Justin Klein's gonna make himself center of attention one way or another, no matter what. He's back and he says, everywhere I go is my show, Toots. Oh, Stephanie's back and is good to think so. And Justin's back and said, I'm not wrestling. Is he wrestling? Is there a chance he might have to wrestle?
I mean, I know just a couple weeks ago I seen where he made a wrestling debut at EPW also. So I mean, I think he's in shape to wrestle. So it's in his contract also that he has to wrestle every now and then.
I mean, he did Brawley's. Ask him how that went. Or you want to go back and watch that footage too?
Yeah, Justin, how'd that go for you, man? Pipe in on that one, dude. All right, guys, look, we're going to move on to the next match. Stephanie's been in here in the comments, so we're going to go on and pull her match up, man. She's got a big match with Maddie the Baddie, and this is for the Premier Pro Wrestling Women's title. So y'all talk to me about this match and how this came about. Now, the one thing I do know, this ain't the first rodeo for these two ladies. They've had some interaction before, right?
Yeah, they've had a few run-ins down the road. If maybe who knows how this one's going to go. So it was actually it was one of the matches that kind of come together right off the rip. Let's see. If she wants to come in here and give you a rundown on all the matches that they have had, she can do that. But I know they've definitely been in the ring several times with each other.
Well, look, this is like I said, a Premier Pro Women's title match. And here's the thing, Payne, before we really get to talk about this match, we know Maddie and Trace, man, a lot of times they a package, man. They run together. So what's your position if Trace interferes in this match, or are you going to be out there with Baby, or what? What's your thoughts, dude?
Well, now consider the situation. Absolutely. I mean, if he decides to stick his nose into that situation, yes, that will not end well. That will not end well.
Well, Zach, you talk to us about this matchup, man. Tell us how y'all what made you pull the trigger on this match, man.
Well, it don't matter who you put Baby in the ring with. I mean, she's a seasoned vet at this point. She's a champion of many companies. She knows her way around the squared circle. So on her end, I don't think it matters who you put in the ring with her. She's gonna be ready. And Maddie, we've known Maddie for a few years. She's been down at EPW. She's been around TIWF and a few other places. And she's still a little green, but she's got a good trainer in Trace. So you cannot underestimate Maddie.
Hey, I think she's a champ too. Maybe down at LP Liberty Pro. Maddie is, and then Steph, she still holds the tag team titles down there, and then she's the CCW Women's Heavyweight titles or champion too. Yeah,
man. I guess you have to carry her wrestling gear around with all them belts in it. It's too heavy for her, ain't it?
Yeah, no, I know. I'm like, damn, how many are we carrying around now?
Right.
Yeah,
well, look, and they don't call Maddie the baddie for nothing. She's just like Trace, man. She ain't above breaking the rules, taking a shortcut. All right, we're going to save Payne for last on this one because I'm pretty sure I know his answers. Zach, give us your prediction for this one, dude.
I think I'm gonna go with Maddie on this one. Steph, she's bad to the bone. You can't outwork her. But Maddie is gonna be a baddie, and she's gonna pull some dirty tricks. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I think she might have her number. I've seen them in at least 3, maybe 4 different companies now. I've seen them wrestle each other, and it's been tick for tack. And Maddie might finally have that number of Steph babies.
Dude, so you're going with Maddie, man. This is a tough one. Obviously, man, I'm partial to $1 Million Baby, man. I love anytime we get to interact. I love working with $1 Million Baby in any capacity. But man, you got to take into consideration. I'm still thinking about Trace, man. That's what keeps popping into my head when I see this matchup, man. I think about Trace sliding in and interfering in some form or fashion, man. It's a tough one, y'all. All right, my gut's telling me go with Baby. So I'm going to go with Baby. It's telling me go with Stephanie, so that's what we're doing. Payne, saved you for last because I'm pretty sure we know your answer, but go on and tell us anyway, dude.
Oh, I mean, there's no doubt the answer is going to be Baby. But with that being said, I mean, you can't take nothing away from Maddie, and so I mean, she obviously has that opportunity. But I'm definitely, bar none, every time's going to go with Steph. That's just the way that works.
You pretty much had to, no matter what. Hey,
doghouse.
That's right. I was going to say your ass will be on the couch tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean, the realistic thing about that is somebody at some point is going to have her number. I know it. She knows it. Will it be Maddie? Hey, I don't know, but I'm definitely going with Steph on it.
Right. All right, guys. Look, Steph's back. She said him versus Bradford fans. Then Justin comes back and he said, "No, let's not bring that up, assholes." Speaking of assholes, man, that's all I could see when you in them red drawers the last time you was at Bradford, man. Change your drawers, man. It looked like there was a little skid mark in those drawers from what I seen, dude. I seen a little brown stain. I don't know what that was, man, but I was told by a few people in attendance that Klein had a little smell to him when after that was all said and done. So I don't know. But
he mess around with me, we'll get him a fan strap match. We'll sell tickets for that. They would love to buy tickets for that.
Oh, we'd sell them all quick.
We would sell all the tickets.
I don't think you could get enough belts, man. Your problem's going to be getting enough belts, man.
You would have to be pre-prepared for that.
Hey, that's one of them shows like a concert or one of them Disney on Ice things where there's 2 or 3 showings during one day. You have to bring Justin in early in the morning, do an 11 to 2 show or 11 to 1. Let him whoop his ass then, bring him back at 4 to 6, whoop his ass again, come back at 8 to 10, whoop his ass again, man.
There would be some of the same bunch each time. They would just be wanting to whoop his ass.
Oh, yeah, man. There ain't no doubt about that. Look, Steph comes back and says, Camel Clutch Champion, I believe. I don't know what that means, Brian. I'm thinking you may, so tell me about it.
I guess she's a little bit behind on the podcast. She's probably referring back to Maddie being the Camel Clutch Champion down there.
Okay, it is, because she said she is right there. And she comes back, Baby comes back, said, don't forget I play dirty too. I will say that, man.
That is a true statement.
she will fight fire with fire when she's pushed to that point. Look, Justin's back. He said, "I'm going with Maddie." We figured that, Justin. We know you and Trace Hunt. Y'all act like y'all don't like each other sometimes, but since he had that change of heart, I've noticed you guys interacting on Facebook and different stuff. So I knew you was going to root for Maddie. He says Justin's back, and he says he has to say, "Baby, or he'll be sleeping on the couch." You still in my shit, man. I said that. Gimmick infringement, man. I will sue your ass, dude. I'll send your ass a cease and desist order right now on that, Klein. Look, Klein, they just killing me, y'all. Klein come back and said, "Just stole my line." And yeah, you did. You just stole my line. He said, I'm not going to sit here and be insulted with this ridiculous nonsense. Klein, look, dude, you're free to leave anytime, my friend. Look, we're going to save some more of his comments. We're going to move on with this card because he's fired up and he's just typing left and right, dude, non-stop. Let's pull up another one of these matches, man. We're down. I think we got 2 more left. And, dude, these are huge matchups. I think we're going to go with the Premier Pro Junior Heavyweight title matchup first. And, look, man, both of these guys, I'll be honest with you, I have become a super fan of Sloppy Slade. I have, man. He's dirty. He's sloppy. But, man, I have become such a fan of his. And everybody knows how I feel about Marco. I think Marco is absolutely one of the best athletes we've got in our business around here, period, bar none. And I think he's one of the guys that is 100% slated to get called up somewhere over the next few years, man. I just, there's so much upside and he's got so much talent and potential. So talk to us about this matchup, guys. What made y'all put these two guys against each other?
Actually, Slade was supposed to be in a fatal 4-way match on the 19th with Marco, with a couple other guys that I actually wasn't going to be here for this one. But he was coming off of, the big win off of Cole Redrick. And, there was without a doubt he had earned his right for his spot.
I believe that. I seen some of the highlights of that match, man. I seen Slade come off of the little cubby hole area at the top of the fire department, man, where they keep some of their stuff, man. Took out 3 or 4 guys, dude. That's what I say about Sloppy, man. Look, his appearance, just to look at him, you think, what's this guy going to do? But, man, when he gets out there and he gets in that ring, you realize, man, this guy can go.
Really and truly, without beating around the bush about it, he has all the right tools as well, his wrestling ability is there. He has all the mic skills, the promo skills. He has all the right tools.
Right. He's an entertaining guy all the way around. And, here's the thing. I see Marco, man, I'd love to see Marco get WWE developmental or something. Get over there, get on NXT. I think he'd do great, man. I think the structure would be great for him. Sloppy, man, I can see Sloppy Slade showing up on a GCW pay-per-view anytime, man. He's perfect for their product, dude, 100%.
Yeah, no, he fits the role. You know what I mean? He fits the role. And as far as Marco goes, it's just a matter of time, when he's ready to get out and start moving and start going. Things are going to happen for him, I feel like, fairly quick. All it's going to take is him to go.
Right. Zach, you talk to us about this matchup. Tell us your thoughts on how y'all put this match together.
Slade, he picked up a big victory, and you was talking about he come off at top and took out some folks. I happened to get mixed up in that, and let me tell you something, when a man comes from that high up, it hurts. You better be ready. Right. I didn't even think I was gonna be able to get up and finish the match after that. So he's definitely been putting himself out there. You look at him, you don't think much. He looks like 110 pounds soaking wet, but the guy can he can put some magic together, and you can't underestimate him.
Dude, here's my analogy for Sloppy Slade, y'all. Me and somebody else, another promoter was discussing Sloppy Slade, and he asked me, he said, his concern was, he said, the one thing I just don't like his gear, the way he comes out. And I had to tell this guy, I said, when I first seen him, I thought the same thing. I thought when I first seen Sloppy Slade and he come out, I thought, man, I'm not too keen on his look until I knew what he could do and who he is and what he's about. Man, his look and his talent go hand in hand. Sloppy's good at playing mind games. He's not. He's smart. He's smart to the wrestling business. He knows how to get under people's skin. He knows how to push those buttons, man. And here's how I described him to the dude. I said, when I first seen him, he looked like the male olive oil from Popeye. But man, I mean, honestly, when he comes out, he got his legs are skinny and stuff, and he wears those little black tights, showing all that off. And I told the guy, I said, he does that on purpose because he knows he looks like that for a reason. And dude,
oh yeah,
it's an almost guaranteed reaction.
Dude, I have fell in love with Sloppy Slade as a wrestler, as a talent, as an entertainer, man. I have, dude, in Marco, this is a hell of a matchup, guys. I know just when you look at the picture, everybody's going to look at Marco and his physique, and they're going to automatically think, well, he's the athlete. But let me tell you something. Slade's an athlete, too. These two guys are going to tear the house up, man.
Yeah, that's a guarantee. You can't take nothing away from Slade. He does. He comes off a little annoying at times, and I guess that's why he is Sloppy Slade. And when I first seen him, that's kind of what I thought too. I said, what is this guy going to do? He's 110 pounds. He's got some shorts on that ain't no more than a bandana. And he's out here playing mind games. But when that bell rings, he's a totally different person. And it don't matter what size of the guy or girl, he's been in the ring with both. It don't matter what caliber worker it is, he'll get in there and he'll show work.
Yeah, man. I didn't realize the talent he had been in the ring with already, man. Because here's the thing: I had him on the podcast a month or so ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, maybe a little longer. But the first time I ever seen or heard of Sloppy Slade was Premier Pro, and I told him, I said, man, I do not know how I missed you. Up until the time he debuted at Premier Pro was my first introduction, man. This match here, it's hard to call because a lot of these matches, most of them could be show stealers, and this is no different. This match here, these two guys could literally go out there and steal the whole show. They've got the talent, they got the ability. I'm anxious to see what happens, man, and the Premier Pro Junior Heavyweight title is on the line. So, look, let's talk about that a minute. It's prediction time, guys. The title's on the line. Marco's been a fighting champion. He's had some of the biggest matches at Premier Pro. I mean, really, he faced Myron Reed, Blake Christian. Even though he come up short with Christian, man, that was still one of the very best matches, and he was a hair away from winning that match. Yeah. Marco's really made an impression on a lot of people over the last 5 or 6 months. So, Payne, let's go with you, man. You give me your prediction for this match and how it's going to turn out.
Man, I'm going to go with Marco. Every time he gets in the ring, he puts on a performance better than the last one. You know what I mean? He's a workhorse.
Right.
He's a work machine. He's built for this. You know what I mean? And you are going to have to be on your absolute 100% game to pull out a win on him. I do believe, you know what I mean? Go back and look at the Blake Christian match. Look at what they went through for Blake just to get the win. You know what I mean?
Right.
You are definitely going to have to be on your A game if they thinks he's going to pull out the victory. And I mean, not taking nothing away from Slade, because he's got all the right tools to be the champion, to move forward and be the next person. You know what I mean? All the right tools for that. Willie, I don't know, but I'll tell you what we will know. We will find out this Saturday night for sure. But I'm going to go with Marco.
Zach?
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna have to go with Marco. I mean, he's a junior heavyweight champion for a reason, and I mean, when you go back to a little over a year ago when we started, he wasn't much bigger than Slade, and you look at him now, and he can take Slade, and I feel like, and put him in a pretzel and throw him out the ring anytime he wants to. Marco is a fighting champion. I mean, he's lost one match, and that was Blake Christian. So you can't take nothing away from that loss. It is a loss, but at the same sense, he didn't lose nowhere like that. And I think Saturday night he's gonna pull out another victory.
There you go. Both of you going for Marco. Well, look, here's the thing, man. Don't underestimate Sloppy Slade. This dude's had some MMA training. He's actually had some MMA fights. He's also had some boxing matches. This dude's tough. He's a legit tough guy. He's not just pretend. He can handle himself.
No, I mean, no, absolutely. I mean, that's why he's in the position he's in now, because he worked his way. I mean, he's a workhorse too, you know.
Right. This is a tough one, y'all. Look, obviously Marco's on a roll, man. That Premier Pro title looks good sitting right there on his shoulder, man. When you make cards, when Marco's on them, he looks great on them, man. When people see him, they notice him. But that don't win wrestling matches all the time. What you look like and how pretty you are and what makes a good card don't always win matches once the bell rings. And that's where Sloppy Slade comes in, man. Here's the thing. He can do a little bit of everything. He can wrestle, man. He can fly around and he can fight. He don't mind getting down and dirty and fighting. And he's a tough dude. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna go with Slade on this one. I would like to see Slade get a run with that Premier Pro Junior Heavyweight title. I think these two guys. Here's the thing. I think this is a matchup. No matter which way it goes this time, I don't think this is the last time we're going to see this matchup.
No, I don't think so. We'll see what happens, you know. But I mean, you can't dock what Slade's got going on. We just I mean, we'll just have to see, you know.
Right. Look, Mark McGee. Mark, I appreciate you tuning in, man. He says Marco is on a roll, but Sloppy could be his roadblock. And I feel the same way, man. Look, here's the thing. Sloppy's time's coming. His numbers coming up, man. He's out there. He's putting on killer performances everywhere he goes. He's one of the most entertaining guys you could have on a wrestling card, bar none. Is Saturday night his time? I don't know. I guess we'll all find out Saturday night. I'm going with Slade. I'm pulling for Slade. Y'all both got Marco. I guess we'll all just have to wait and see what happens. And look, that brings us to the last, I don't know if it's the last match of the night, but it's the Premier Pro Heavyweight Champion, Jason Genesis, man. And I'll be honest with you, this matchup here, I feel like this is one of the toughest matchups Jason Genesis has ever had in the wrestling business.
Yeah, no, I have to agree. Just giving a rundown on this situation, you know, when we first started doing the Premier Pro, Damien was with us on a consistent base, and he had some knee problems. He decided he was going to, you know, retire out, you know, take some time off, whatever the situation may be. And he went back to work, and we've been trying to get him back in, and the dates hasn't lined. So we got this one set up, and hey, we're gonna see what happens. He was one of them that earned his right, that never got the opportunity, and he's back in action. And hey, we're going to see what happens. All I know is this is going to be another good one to see.
Right, man. Look, Damian Wayne, he is one of the most active pro wrestlers around, period. He is in demand all the time. He's wrestled a who's who of the wrestling business too. He's got a ton of experience, man, and he's one of these guys. If I'm thinking right, he kind of got started a little late in the business age wise, but man, he's one of these guys. He's a throwback, old school guy. Everything he does, his psychology, his in-ring wrestling, his work. He's an old school wrestler. He works with psychology. He's not just out there doing moves and doing things just for the sake of doing them. He's a guy that when you say no wasted motion, he's one of these guys. Everything he does, he makes sure it means something and it has impact. Dude, this is a main event match regardless anywhere in the world too. Like I said, this whole show is every match is a main event match. I do think this is Jason Genesis, maybe his biggest test to date. You know, Zach, what's your thoughts on this matchup and these guys?
I'm really excited to see this when Damian he started out with this, and before we started, I can't say I knew much about Damian. I didn't know him like that or anything until we started using him. And then you look at his background, and then you look at the respect that all these other workers all around the world have for Damian. And he is a locker room leader type guy. He's worth every penny we pay for the man. He means business. He comes in. He's to quote him, real fight shit. He comes in and he cares about the psychology. Not that if we do how many flips that this go around, he wants to make sense and he wants people to believe what he does. And I fully believe that when he steps in that ring, it's finna be a challenge for Jason Genesis.
Man, I do too, man. Look, here's the thing. Can't nobody sell Jason Genesis short at all. Look, what is he? He's going on, 11 months now as the Premier Pro Heavyweight Champion?
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, he's held the company down, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take nothing from him.
He has he's been the poster boy for the company over the last year, basically, you know.
Right. I mean, he was on recently, and we kind of had that conversation. I said the same thing. I said, really, you've kind of been the face of Premier Pro, you know, and he hadn't turned back. He hadn't turned away any challenges either. Every time he's defended that title, he's came through and he's held on to it. Says a lot. Not always is it on the up and up, but this is pro wrestling. What the referee don't see don't matter. And he's been able to hold on to this title for a long time. But man, is he ready for Damian Wayne? Like you said, here's the thing. Absolutely 100% one of the most respected guys in our industry. 100%. And look, I don't know this guy personally. I just know of him and the things I see. But like you said, every wrestler from everywhere seems to have a ton of respect for this guy. And the only way you get that in the wrestling business is go in there, being a hell of a talent, doing what you say you're going to do. And like you said, he's a locker room leader, man. I think he's a locker room leader pretty much everywhere he goes.
Yeah, I fully believe that. He's definitely got a lot of wisdom that he shares with everybody. He's one of them ones, he'll tell you if your shit looks like shit or if it was good. He ain't gonna cut you no slack, and he will help you every way possible. All you got to do is ask the man, and he'll help you in any way possible.
Yeah, that's one thing that's missing in this business. When I broke in, that's how it was. Nobody coddled you. Nobody held back. If you were doing something wrong or did something wrong, if your match was the shits, when you got to the back, you knew it. You knew it 100%, man. And I think that's good for the business because here's the thing. If you come to the back and everybody you talk to says great match, and half of them didn't even pay it any attention, or a lot of times nowadays they don't want to tell you the truth because they're worried about your feelings. Well, how do you expect to get any better when you ask somebody about your match if they just automatically tell you it's a great match no matter what it was? The only way you get better is when somebody is honest with you and says, hey, man, this sucked about it, you know? Just because certain things suck in a match don't mean a whole match sucked.
Right.
You know, and he's one of those guys. Like I said, he's highly respected, man. He's highly respected. All right, guys, it's prediction time. I'm going to go first on this one, guys. Shoot, man. You know, this is one you really got to think about. All the rest of them so far, you know, they've all been toss-ups, but I've had a definite opinion. This is one time, usually I'm pretty confident Jason Genesis is going to walk away as the premier pro wrestling heavyweight champion. This time, I have some doubt, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to go with Damian on this one.
Well, when you're talking about the matchup and you're looking at the situation at a whole, you go back and look at matches that Damian's had. You look at matches that Jason's had. I mean, for Jason, this is going to be a different landscape of a match. I mean, he's going in. Jason, he all right, let's talk about the situation. All right. So when Jason a match, you know, I mean, he's one of them. He wants to have the best match of the night, the 5-star match, the show stealer. And I get it, because when I go out there, that's what I like to have. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now going into this one with Damian, I mean, you're going into a fight. This is not going to be a show stealer. This is going to be, hey, are you going to make it through this situation, or are we going to see a new Premier Pro heavyweight champion?
Right.
Not saying that the match is not going to be a 5-star match, because it's going to be a good match. But when we're talking about how the wrestling abilities is going to be, Damian's a brawler, Jason's a wrestler.
Yeah, I feel like Damon, he's old school, and he's got them bear paws. If he gets them hands on Jason, he's finna slow him down, and then he's finna work him to his speed.
Yeah, I mean, he's the brawler that is he's gonna take you down to his speed. And I mean, look, I mean, in the picture, look at the size difference.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't think that picture really. If you look at it, Jason Genesis is not a little guy at all.
Oh, no. By no means. But even when you put these two side by side, I mean, I have not seen them side by side. I've not seen them in the ring together. This is going to be a first time. But I mean, seeing the two, I definitely think Damian's going to have the size.
Yeah, he's going to have probably a good head above Jason, I feel like.
That's what I feel like too, because I mean, he's a hoss standing by him, really. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't realize that as much, but when you're right beside him, it's like, dang, he is a good size hoss.
So who you got, Payne?
Man, look, Jason's carried the company, and if he expects to continue to carry the company, he better be on top of everything. Like he better be in the ring training all week long with all them trainees, and really be putting in the work, because this is going to be different for him. This is not going to be like some of the other matches he's been having. This is not the Shawn legacy. You know, this is just, it's different. This is not the one, you know.
Yeah, Jason likes to talk about he runs a dojo. Well, Damian Wayne would be your Mr. Miyagi, and he's finna take Jason to school.
So you're going with Damian too?
This is how I want to leave it. I feel like if Jason don't win, the goddess is going to win it for him.
So you're going with Jason. I thought you was going to sidestep that question for a minute.
Jason is going to leave it, but if it ain't because of him, it's because of the goddess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This one's a really hard one to call. You know, And with that being said, I mean, hey, if Damien picks up the win, I'm not going to be disappointed, for the direction of the company. You know what I mean? I'm not at all. So, man, I don't know. I'm going to go with Damien on this one. I mean, somebody at some point's got to have Jason's number, right?
Right. I mean, like I said, it's the law of averages. Every time he wins and defends that title, he's one step closer to eventually losing it. Look, here's the thing. Damien is a hard-nosed, like you said, he's a brawler, but he's technical in the ring too when he wants to be and needs to be. He reminds me of a Dick Murdoch. He's that kind of tough. He's just his style. He can brawl. He can get in the ring. He can kind of do a little bit of everything, but he's tough as nails. Like I said, I'm going with Damon on this one. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like his experience is going to be what maybe decides this match. Even with the goddess out there, normally I don't say that because they are good together and they know how to win, but I just think, look, this guy's seen it all. He's seen it all. I don't think Jason is going to come up with anything that he hasn't already seen before, and I think he already knows she's going to be out there, so I think he's going to have eyes in the back of his head. I feel like tonight, Saturday might be Jason's night. I feel like his number might be up on this one. We'll have to wait and see, guys, I guess, Awesome card from top to bottom, though, man. No doubt about that. Look, we got a comment from Big Mike. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, Big Mike, glad you're doing good, man. Glad you're watching, man. We appreciate you. Mark McGee come back and he says, I can't lie, when talent asks me about their matches, and really, I see a lot of that sometimes. It's better to tell them the truth than it is to tell them it was good when it wasn't, because then they leave there thinking something was good when it wasn't, and then they're going to go out and repeat that same stuff because you told them it was good. It worked. So they're going to go out and repeat the same thing. Mark came back and he said, I'm going with Damien on this match. He's a bull. He's going to take it to Jason Genesis. So, I mean, got a lot of support, guys. And this is Bradford, Tennessee, this Saturday night, Premier Pro Wrestling at the Bradford High School. Payne or Zach, either one. Take us through what we're here to, who we're helping, what bell time is, all this, man. Ticket prices.
Ticket prices are gonna be $10 at the door. There ain't gonna be no extra for the front row. It's you get there and get your spot for $10. We're gonna have fresh food, and the Bradford Ball League, who we're doing the fundraiser for, they're going to be cooking up food, and we're going to be trying to help raise some money for them. It'll be at the Bradford High School, 138.
136.
136.
Yep, old Highway 45, right there in Bradford, Tennessee.
There you go. It's going to be a big night. Look, man, the last time y'all were here, me and Zach were talking, and he was talking about y'all looking into this year, maybe adding another show. It sounds like maybe we're going to be Premier Pro going to be every 2 weeks in a different place, maybe. I mean, obviously Dyer, and then 2 weeks from then somewhere else.
We're working towards that. I mean, matter of fact, January was supposed to be the start of that. Well,
Right.
He got messed around. But we are working on that. We're going to try to be back and forth between Bradford and Dyer, and then we got 2 other buildings that we've been looking at. Within the area, one would put us towards the Dyersburg area, kinda, and then one would put us back towards the Union City area, kinda, but still back towards it's within the Gibson County, just in those directions. You know what I mean?
Right.
So maybe we can get one here and there. That's the goal, anyways.
So,
yeah, man, y'all. All right,
over the past year, who's been your favorite person that's come into Premier Pro Wrestling?
There you go.
I'm going to hit you with some good questions here in just a second.
Dude,
let's start with that one.
I'll be honest with you. There's been so many. I really love the Russell twins. I thought they are top-notch athletes, top-notch talent. They look good. Everything about them, man. I also am a big fan of Braden Toon. Dude, he's a hell of a talent in the wrestling ring, man. He's got an old school style about him. He's built like a fire plug too. He's not super big, he's not super tall, but he is thick and he is solid. And he can do things for his size that guys his size don't do, man. He's agile. He's one of my favorites.
Definitely one of the favorites.
Dude, obviously Damon Wayne, he's one of my favorites, man. And like you said, he's been a regular there, until he had his knee issues and then kind of retired for a little bit. He's been a regular there. He's one of my favorites. Name some people off, Zach, because really, y'all brought so many different people in, dude.
We've definitely, we've had a few. Which you name we had a whole company, New South, come up.
One of my favorite shows, period. One of my favorite shows I've ever been to, dude. It was that was one of the coolest things ever. Because when you walk in there, you're not getting one full roster. You're getting two full rosters of awesome talent, man. All these guys are out there fighting for their spots, man. Look, overall, I think I think technically there's been a show or two that the actual just solid show I may have liked better, but that was one of my most fun and favorite shows that I've ever been to. It was intriguing, man. The matchups from company to company gave people something to really pay attention to, man. And hey, here's the thing: Premier Pro kind of come up on the short end of that stick. Is there a chance we're ever going to re-see this? We're going to rematch these companies?
We have talked several times about the number two, and it's going to happen. I firmly believe probably. I really thinking about it the other day, and I was like, dang, we're getting close to the year mark. Maybe do the 1 year mark. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a cool show, man, and it could only get better. Here's the thing. Y'all got some different talent in now. The talent is positioned different now. They're at different stages in their careers. You got Marco. He's a beast right now. Jason Genesis, been the most dominant. He's the longest reigning Premier Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion in history anyway. He's pretty much already cemented his name in Premier Pro Wrestling from this point forward, no matter what, because he's the first guy to hold it and defend it as many times and hold it as long as he has. I'd love to see this show again, dude. I would love to see it again.
Well, we're going to definitely see it. It's just getting a date on it and getting things in order for it. We had a good turnout for it, and it's something you don't see. You know what I mean? This ain't. Yeah, this is a whole company from a whole nother state. So we're talking about several hours out. You know what I mean? In the whole year, and look, it was a great time. You know what I mean? It wasn't like me and Dump or Zach and Dump or all of us in general back there arguing about this or that, or how things are progressing through the night. We just went there to have a good time, and at the end of the day, their company come out strong. But I won't take that as a loss, because all in all, the night was a win. And that progressed us as Premier Pro moved forward.
Right. I'll be honest with you, it was a feat to me. Like you said, you got two completely separate companies, two completely separate rosters. And all of y'all, everybody the talent had the easy part. Once they were matched up, they go out and do what they do. But you guys, the guys behind New South Wrestling and Premier Pro, it was a feat unto itself that you guys were able to come together and put on this show, because I don't think I don't think you could have seen this show at a lot of other places, especially around our area. Dude. It's just as simple as that. It's unique. Matter of fact, as far as I can tell right now, y'all are the only ones to have done this sort of show in probably 20 years at least. Back in the day, there was some company shows, but they were all, I mean, they were politic down to where they, it's hard to get behind them, man. Y'all show, two companies went out there and fought tooth and nail for victory. Each company, look, even here's the thing about that show. Even the bad guys and the good guys on Premier Pro had to stick by each other that night because it was Premier Pro Wrestling against New South Wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, we had a meeting before the show that night, and that's what I told him. I was like, look, you got to put all differences aside. That this is we're going out to prove that we are the better end. And hey, there was a few of our guys that they did pull out the victory, but the numbers game at the end. Hey, the number of matches, we had 8 matches that night, and that's the way it went. We come up short.
Right. Well, I mean, I wouldn't even call it that, man. Y'all had some. Look, all these matches were tooth and nail. It wasn't like there was any blowouts in any one of these matches. Everybody from both companies came out. They put their heart and soul into these matches, man, and it showed. I mean, the people in attendance, man, it's something that they don't get to see ever, and it's an experience, man. And I'm anxious. I'm dying for y'all to see this again, man. I think Premier Pro this time will. I think Premier Pro will pull it out this time.
Well, we've with these guys, you know what I mean. The good or bad, you know what I mean. You have to deal with these guys. So at some point, you create a relationship. So you know what I mean. The bonds are bigger any way you look at it. So next time when we go into it, the game's going to be different. You know what I mean.
Right. And it was a successful show, man. Here's the thing.
Definitely.
Pro wrestling's about making money, and money brings people together. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
When the seats are full and the tills packed to the gills, everybody's happy, man. And that's what that's the essence of pro wrestling, man. Making money. It was a successful venture, and like I said, it was one of the coolest shows I've ever seen, dude. I mean, honestly.
This definitely was a good one. That we get a bunch of feedback from. I mean, that was a company that had no ties to anything around West Tennessee, completely out of the blue. Brought a good company up here, and we tore the house down with that company.
Right.
They have a lot of good talent on there. And over the past year, we brought in guys from TNA or the NWA, TNA, Impact, anything you want to think about, WWE,
Ohio Valley,
TIWF, yes, Ohio Valley. Well, we have definitely over the past year brought in more talent, different talent, every month. I feel like than anybody around here.
Yeah, man. Like I said, y'all are, man. Look, I know that you had to cancel last week, but you can't do nothing about Mother Nature. I mean,
I promise you, it ain't because we wanted to.
I talked to Brian
lost all night long. But some days you got to do what you got to do. And look here, we ain't gonna miss a lick. And Saturday night we're finna have one hell of a show. And I mean, there's promotions running on Saturday night all around. And you look at our card and the people on our card, and it shows that we're not giving up. We are putting on the best shows around.
Oh yeah, it's one of the, like I said, the talent on this card and the matchups, man. Of course, I may look at cards different than maybe the average fan, but dude, once y'all started putting these matchups out, and I got to looking at them, man, I thought, man, the more I started paying attention to them, man, I thought, man, this is a hell of a card right here. This is going to be an awesome show in Bradford, Tennessee, this Saturday night at the Bradford High School. Premier Pro Wrestling is going to do what y'all seem to always do. Y'all are going to put on an awesome wrestling show for the fans. It's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining, and they're going to see some hellacious wrestling action. It ain't your everyday pro wrestling show. These guys are athletes, and they're going to be out there going after it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a perfect opportunity to see something different that you don't get to see. You know what I mean? That's what we're providing. You know what I mean? we didn't just because we had to choose to run on a Saturday. That was not what we wanted to do. But with that being said, other promotions are running, and that's okay. We wasn't going to cut the corners because of that. We're going to do what we've been doing, and that was to try to produce the best show around, and that's just been the goal from the start, you know.
Hey, the proof's in the pudding, man. All you got to do is come see the Premier Pro Wrestling show, and you make your own judgment. After that, make your own decision. Like I said, the proof's in the pudding. Guys, every month, man, I'm getting where I'm relaxed on these shows, man. You know, I didn't plan on this one but going an hour, but we're already an hour and 25 minutes, dude.
It's all good. I mean, you give the King Superstar a couple hours. We'll take a couple hours. Which I do. I got one question for you, Buster. Though.
Okay.
It's a few things. But we're on your show, so I mean, you shoot from the hip. Give us the honest truth. You got no Palm Pilot to guess what I'm even finna ask you. So I want Buster's truth.
I don't even know what
Pro Wrestling has been in effect for over a year. Yeah, I want to know from your standpoint over the past year, who's the top 5 wrestling promotions in our area?
And look, this is no particular order, all right?
No order, nothing. Just over the past year.
No particular order.
We've seen wrestlers from around the area improve. We've seen companies improve. Just curious, who you think would be in that top 5 a year later?
Dude. Look, Justin Klein's back again, man. He says, are y'all still going? Yeah, you couldn't shut us down. I don't guess Daddy wanted to pay for that money to get me cut off, huh, Klein? Look, Eric J's back, and he said, love the show, guys. You notice I'm trying to avoid this question, right? Look, here's the honest truth. Obviously, Memphis Wrestling, one of the top companies. EPW, one of the top companies.
Can't take nothing from them.
Look, here's where it gets dicey. Look, here's the easier way to go. The next company on my list, obviously, Premier Pro Wrestling. I don't think any of these other promoters, from Johnny Dodson to Dustin Starr to Neil Taylor, if any of these promotions go back and they see the shows and the talent that Premier Pro has put on this past year, I don't think none of them could deny the fact that y'all are in that top 5, man. Y'all are. It's Memphis Wrestling, Premier Pro, EPW. Look, Bluff City starting to make a few waves. They're starting to get some big sponsors. They are starting to get some different talent in there too. I think that they are definitely in there. But I mean, I'm going to be straight 100 honest. Premier Pro, EPW, and Memphis Wrestling are the top 3 companies, in my opinion, period. And that day, I'm not even putting those in order because
it's realistically, and I mean, me being the owner of one of them companies, I couldn't even put myself ahead of them because, I mean, there's things that make us apart, but I feel like on a booking standpoint of talent over the past year, Premier Pro has done what we wanted to do, and that is bring in the best professional wrestling in this area.
Yeah, I don't think there's no doubt that y'all have had the best start of any company, man, maybe that I've ever seen, dude. But, me and Brian were talking before we went on the air a little bit. I was a big proponent of, if you're going to run a wrestling show, you need to run it once a week because that's how you tell stories. But that's not. I don't know that that's necessarily the case right now because up until y'all, most companies wanted to run wrestling shows to tell stories. So if you're going to tell, if you want to really tell full stories, intriguing stories, you kind of need to go once a week because if you wait too long, time the next show, people forgot. But
fizz out.
But with Premier Pro, the way y'all book the show and the talent, and y'all always bringing new talent and this top-notch talent in, I don't think y'all are the one company that I don't think. Not that Premier Pro don't have stories because you do. I mean, Justin Klein's had an ongoing
Oh
story.
yeah, I mean, and that is something. I mean, you're not going to see a 4 week story going on around us, but I felt like that if we can put professional wrestlers that know what they're doing in a ring together, they should be able to go out there in front of whoever and tell a story.
Dude, every
I
match
mean,
should be a
it,
story,
it
no
don't matter
matter
if they've
what.
seen you 10 times or it's the first time. The people we look for should have that in them to be able to go out there and feed off that crowd at that point in time. And when they leave, be like, damn, how are they going to beat that show?
Dude, like I said, I told Brian, I said, man, I said, to be honest with you, I'm y'all have made me more of a proponent of once a month per town. I do like the idea of y'all getting another town and splitting them every 2 weeks, because that way every 2 weeks you're actually running, but you're still only in the town once a month. And with the kind of athletes and the kind of talent y'all bring in, storylines aren't that important, because these guys are going in there putting on some of the very best pro wrestling matches around. Bar none, in ring action, it's untouchable, dude. So when you do it like that, you don't have to rely on trying to be so heavy into angles and storylines. I mean, every show at Premier Pro is almost like a new event, a different thing. You know what I mean? There might be one storyline or two that kind of carry over from one show to the next a time or two, but overall, you kind of get this whole new presentation every month. You know, you get this new talent. The matchups are different. That's the one thing that I love, is that we do not see these same matchups over and over to the point where nobody wants to see them. You know, and that
Yeah.
happens a lot.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest problem around here. You know what I mean? When you see the same guy wrestle, whether it's me, I mean, you put me and whoever in the ring, and I mean, after you see that 5 or 6 times, I mean, even 5 or 6 times, that's too much. You know what I mean? I mean, what are we going to do now that we didn't do the last 4 or 5 times? You know what I mean?
Right. It gets monotonous sometimes, and I love the business plan, man. Look,
And
Justin's
this,
back with us. Go ahead, Zach. He can
it's,
wait. Go ahead, Zach.
yeah, well, he wanting a plaque, and they don't come in. It ain't a colored plaque, so we can't put a red plaque up there with his ass showing. So we just have to worry about that later.
Oh my
But
God! Hey, hold on.
uh-oh.
Look, hold on. I think Premier Pro needs to do a Jackass of the Month every month, and let's see how many months in a row Justin Klein is voted Jackass of the Month. Get him a
Oh yeah.
plaque. Get him a plaque with them red drawers. That's all you see. No face, just his ass in them red drawers, man.
Well, I might as well print for 12 with Justin Klein's name on it.
Yeah, we strive to bring in good talent every time. I might not have been in the wrestling business for 20 years now and have a bunch of connects, but one thing's for sure is me and Brian, we get on our phones every day and we're making new contacts. I mean, all these guys you've seen come in, and ladies that have come in this year that are somebody, we didn't have nobody say, hey, I know some folks, let me make a phone call for you, or this and that. We've got on our phone and we've hustled, we've looked up people, we've made contacts with people, and we try to give our local guys and our loyal folks that wrestle for us somebody that they can go out there, wrestle, and learn something from, and put on a match that they're not going to see anywhere but at Premier Pro.
Right. I believe y'all do that every month. Y'all do that, man. It hadn't failed yet, dude. Every show, like we started, every time we talk about, man, it ain't gonna get no better than this card, but yet
Yeah,
every month y'all do something's different that changes it, and it seems to get better, dude.
and one thing's for sure, it's not, hey, we just had a big show, we're gonna wait 4 months and bring somebody else in. We got guys and girls popping up on our show. A couple of them, I mean, you got Damien for one, you got Michael Elgin, you got AJ Kazana, you got Trace and Maddie. These are folks that ain't from around here that we're bringing right here to Premier Pro constantly.
Right.
every show we have. It's new people, and it's better people, and it's people of a professional caliber.
No, it's definitely, they're some of the best pro wrestlers around. Y'all bring them in. All right, guys, it's this Saturday night, Premier Pro Wrestling, Bradford, Tennessee, at the Bradford High School. Bell time is what, 7:30?
7:30.
7:30.
Oh, you know how
Tickets, maybe 7:30, maybe 7:45. We don't know. We're going to say 7:30 just for the sake of saying it.
we try to run it at 7:30 for the most part, yeah.
And ticket price is $10 a ticket.
Be $10.
For period, every ticket, from whether it's a ringside chair or whether it's a bleacher seats, flat fee.
Yeah. They just run it $10 across the board for this one, for this event.
This card's well worth $10, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell, each one of the matches are worth $10 alone, man, on their own.
I mean, that's the thing, man. I just for 24, I just want new people to find out about this, and people that love wrestling, that want to see a different style be brought. And I mean, it's a different style all the time. You know what I mean? You get different these GCW guys, they're coming in, and then we got the NWA guys coming in, and just trying to bring talent in that you're not going to get the opportunity to see just anywhere.
Right. All right, guys, like I said, every month, man, we do this. We don't know what date right now. We'll be back next month, but we'll be back next month for the next maybe pair of Premier Pro shows. We don't know.
We do know that we got we'll be back in Dyer February 16th.
Okay, so I'm gonna start working on. I got to look at my date book, and we'll get a date out. But dude, every month I enjoy this. These are some of my favorite shows, man. Just the running down the cards, man. These kind of shows I really like, man. They're simple, they're easy, and we're getting to where, man, it's just fun. Like I said, hell, we're an hour and 40 in right now, y'all. And I mean, if we wanted to, we could talk another hour. I'm sure, man.
Oh yeah. No, it's easy to just ramble,
My old lady just said, man, it's supper time.
They're waiting on me. Yeah, it is.
Guys, I appreciate y'all for coming, giving me y'all's time, man.
We appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Take it easy, Zach.
Hey, and look, before we get off here, y'all come out, look, show some support, come see some great wrestling action. It's 136 Old Highway 45, Bradford, Tennessee. $10 at the door. Man, you're going to see AJ Kazana, Damian Wayne, Jason Genesis, Markel, Sloppy Slade, Michael Elgin, and Chris Rocker. You'll get to see Justin Klein, and who knows who Brandon Savage is even going to wrestle yet. So look, y'all come on out this Saturday night, 7:30 p.m., $10.
There you go. Y'all heard it there from the horse's mouth. Payne, you take it easy, my brother. Y'all have a great night, my friend.
We'll see you, Buster.
All right, guys, you've seen it right there. This Saturday night, Bradford, Tennessee, at the Bradford High School, Premier Pro Wrestling. All seats are $10. An outstanding card. Do not miss this show. Go check it out. Look, guys, this Sunday, 7 p.m., Buster Unmasked is back, Becoming the Jet Hero, Part 2. This is a show you do not want to miss. If you've never seen Part 1, go to my YouTube channel. Go find Becoming Jet Hero. Part 1, watch it before Part 2. We're going to pick up where we left off, and we're going to take the Jet Hero all the way up to today in PKAW and Bluff City and all the things he's got going on now. And look, Monday night is 3 nights in a row. Sunday for Becoming Jet Hero, 7 p.m., Buster Unmasked. Monday, we're back with 30 minutes or less with DJ Cash. He's one of the Royal Clap family members. He's another one of these young guys that have been born in the business, raised in the business. And this Monday night at 7 p.m., we're going to find out what he is, what he's about. And we're going to find out a lot about this young guy, man. Like I said, he was born and raised into this business. He's grown up in it. And we're going to find out everything there is to know about DJ Cash. And look, Tuesday night, Buster Unmasked is back, 7 p.m. Luke Justice, Wild Card Wrestling. This is one you do not want to miss. Luke Justice. Everybody knows the name. If you don't know who he is, you've heard the name. Be sure to tune in 7 p.m. Tuesday night for Buster Unmasked. Luke Justice will be here, and there is no telling what we're going to get into. Guys, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching and interacting. Don't forget, Sunday night, 7 p.m. kicks off 3 nights in a row with Buster Unmasked. If you're looking for a pro wrestling podcast with taste, Buster Unmasked is the only podcast for you, where real pro wrestlers talk real pro wrestling and no bullshit allowed. If you're looking for a pro wrestling podcast with taste, Buster Unmasked is the only